Hi, I'm Mike Wolf. I'm a colorist here in Los Angeles. My clients are television production companies, documentarians, and filmmakers. And today, I want to show you something really, really cool. Okay, so here we are in Resolve, and I'm going to walk through how Colourlab really helps me once we get into the grading theater. It is also extremely helpful on set for the cinematographer and DIT, but this is from my perspective as a colorist. Okay, I have this short conformed here in Resolve. There's some red footage, but it's mostly Arri Alexa. And our job as colorists is to take the look that our client wants and use their references to help develop a look for this particular film. And in the beginning stages of grading, there's kind of a series of steps that need to be taken that are pretty much kind of just busy work, which is getting the CDL balanced so that it's coming into the ShowLUT in a way that the ShowLUT expects. So the ShowLUT stays consistent through the whole film, and we use the CDL to push and pull particular looks through the ShowLUT. And so the ShowLUT is expecting a nice exposure. And so we have to do that for every single shot in the film. And so a typical film has 2,000 shots, and that's a lot of work. And you're pretty much just aiming for a target. You're not really, being creative in this stage. That comes from here and after. So what if instead of doing that, for each scene, each group of shots, or each shot sometimes, as we work through the film, we could break that whole process out on its own? What if we could, with the press of a button, automatically match the CDL of every shot to one reference that we make and not have to go and touch every single shot, so that we can get to the fun part, the creative process of crafting the show look. So Colourlab does this for us. So let's jump into Colourlab. Okay, here we are in Colourlab. So the basis of all our work is the director or cinematographer's desired look for the show. And I love that they have this button in here. It takes us right to my favorite look building resource, which is Shot Deck. It's pretty incredible. There's 139,000 shots from over 1,400 movies. I'm all cross-referenced by all this metadata. I mean, it's great. It's really fun going through this stuff. But how do we use this and Colourlab to leverage our work in DaVinci Resolve? Well, the DP of the film built this deck, and this is in the sequence of the narrative looks that he would like to explore. So we can download these as full-size shots and bring them right into Colourlab. And we can use these as sources for auto-matching the shots of our film. And so how do we get our film in here? Well, look at this button right here. Bang. If that's not magic, I don't know what is. It reaches into the Resolve timeline that is loaded up right here and brings it into Colourlab. All the shots are matched with their correct color science. Boom, done. And so here's the whole film inside Colourlab. And I've gone ahead and applied these scene markers already. And that allows us to see the film divided up into its scenes. And then create CDLs based on scenes. So everything gets balanced and matched automatically using artificial intelligence. Okay, so let's start out with scene toward the beginning of the film. And let's use this shot to match as our reference frame. So first things first is picking a show look. I'm going to pick this Kodak Vision 3 5207 because that's pretty close to where I want to begin crafting the show look once I'm back in Resolve. So that shows up here. I'm going to lock that up. And now I'm going to start using the client's reference stills to match. I'm going to set that as a reference still and match selected shot to reference still. Now the artificial intelligence is going to run this image through its models to arrive at a look based on the tonality and color palette of this shot. And then I can hit A to auto match all of these different exposures and color palettes to match this as a launching point for the look design for the scene. It's going through and building a handful of looks based on a handful of artificial intelligence models. Okay, so that's done. Let's check out our scene. So here's our scene now, all balanced with this color palette and tonality. And that gives us a great launching point for grading once we get back into Resolve. All right, let's do one more scene. Let's do this night scene, this exterior stalking scene. And let's use that as our reference. Match selected. Okay, then I hit R to set that as my reference, and then A to auto match these shots in this scene. And now I can see the scene all auto matched to this look. Nice. So one other aspect of this process is we have access to the different models that the artificial intelligence uses to achieve its look based on different aspects of the shot. So I think for this shot, I like this theatrical. So, okay, I'll use that. Okay, so now I've done two scenes, basically. This outdoor stalking scene and this scene here in the beginning. And so how do we get all this information back into Resolve? Well, another magic button right here. Resolve Sync. So again, this all works like an extension of Resolve. Now it says, okay, go back into Resolve and refresh the LUTs. So go to the LUTs because it has exported LUTs for this timeline. So I refresh the LUTs, come back here, hit continue. It's now going to sync to Resolve and push the CDL and the show look into Resolve. And we're done. So go back into Resolve. And here is this whole scene with our beautiful look. And here's this whole scene with our look. Love it. Okay, so from here on out, we can now start, building the look for the rest of the show. So our gallery, and I'm going to choose preserve number of nodes 2. And for my whole show, I'm going to apply fixed node tree. And now we can start the business of really crafting our look. And so all the, sort of time-consuming work of balancing the CDL of every individual shot can be taken care of with Colourlab and artificial intelligence.